game and entertainment developers, if you're still trying to use Git for your workflows, you're making life a lot more painful than it needs to be. Don't get me wrong, I love Git. I use it literally every single day, but not for game dev, not for music, not for video, not for VFX. It's just not the right fit. So whether you've been considering using Perforce for your version control, or you've been using it but haven't updated to the latest version, I'm going to quickly go through some of the key features as well as some new updates to check out. The first new feature I want to talk about is Delta Transfer. Let me show you how this works. First, you sync a file to your workspace, and then you make a modification to that file. This is a binary file, but now instead of needing to upload that entire file, both the server and the client can analyze the file, identify what's different, and then just send the delta. Just send those parts that are different. This is especially helpful for slower home internet connections. Perforce has been the industry standard for version control in the game industry for a long time, and one of the clear ways this shows up is that Epic has made several tools that they release for free to all of their users of Unreal Engine, but those tools only work if you're using Perforce for your version control. The first of those is Unreal Game Sync, which is their own custom front end for managing your engine and project versions, as well as allowing you to sync that with custom builds and tests. And it can work seamlessly with Epic's Horde tool, which they just released to the public this year, where you can manage all of your different builds as well as other build graph automation across all your different platforms. And then their Robo Merge tool, which they use constantly at Epic when developing Fortnite, for automating merging between streams as they work. And all of these are only available with Perforce version control. Next is Perforce Virtual File Sync, or P4VFS. This allows you to create a workspace that will download files on demand instead of having to wait for all of them to get downloaded from your server before you can start working on them. This is especially powerful for people who are making 3D, 2D, or audio assets to use in your game, so they can get just the files that they need without any of the manual management of setting up separate streams or workspaces. And as of 2024.2, we now have the ability to specify hot files, where you can either set specific folders or files or certain rules for sizes or types of files that will always stay synced right away so that you can optimize this for the best performance for your team. And on the subject of storage, we all know how large game projects and game project files can get, especially when you're storing all the versions. And that can end up costing you a lot of money, especially if you're hosting your server in the cloud. So we've released a couple new options this year to help bring those costs down. The first is that now you can set up your streams, local, or archive depots to store their data directly on any S3 compatible storage, whether that's AWS, Azure, Minio, or anything compatible with the S3 API. By storing your data on S3 object storage, you not only get much cheaper storage at 10 to 20% of the cost, but you also only pay for the storage that you use and you don't have to allocate extra space in advance. And for enterprise users or teams that just have more than 4 terabytes of depot storage on their server, our Delphix Elastic Storage is the solution for you. This allows you to take advantage of tiering across multiple types of storage, including S3, to dramatically decrease your costs without sacrificing performance. And finally, Helix Core now supports OTLP, or the OpenTelemetry Protocol, which allows you to automatically export logs to any log aggregator that uses the OTLP standard, including New Relic, Grafana Loki, Kibana, as well as many others, so you can take advantage of all of the features those tools have to offer with native support in Helix Core. If you're already using Perforce for your version control, just make sure you're updated to 2024.2 or later. And if you're not already using Perforce Helix Core for your version control, you can self-host it for up to 5 users for free, or you can use our Helix Core Cloud. Or if you're a larger team, reach out and we can set you up with a POC so you can test it out and make sure it works for you.